I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
I'm gonna need you to curb your enthusiasm. I'm Shane.
I wish I had one of those soundboards and I'd just play the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song.
Yeah. Never
Yeah,
watched that.
It's pretty funny. Larry David, he's a funny guy. What's up there, buddy? What's new? How you doing? You okay? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about the Super Bowl that's coming up weekend, man.
Oh, yep. That is this
Yeah.
Sunday, huh?
It
I'm
definitely
super
is.
pumped. I switched to nights on Sunday, so I'll be able to watch most of it, but hopefully it's not a fucking barn burner and I gotta leave at the end of or in the middle of the fourth quarter and shit.
Yeah. Are you gonna finally switch to being a Rams fan before the Super Bowl happens? Because you can't switch once they become Super Bowl champions. I won't let you. I won't allow it.
Can I switch just for the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. It's hard
gotta
because
become
they're
a-
still in NFC, so it's like,
You got to become a Rams fan. That way, when they win the Super Bowl, you can be like, I like the Rams before they won a Super Bowl.
yeah, and then they're gonna be bad like in a year or two, and then yeah. No, I can't do that.
No. Okay, fine.
um,
Speaking of other people who make bad decisions.
perfect.
We want to thank Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, Colby Jordan, Jade Birch, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, and Colton Sammerslow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frickin' people. Hey, if you guys want to give us money, go to our Linktree. It's below Shane's face. There you go. And yeah, and then you can figure out how to spend money on us. It's cool. It's fun, and you get to hear your name, which everybody likes hearing their name unless they're in trouble, right? So, kind of a fun thing. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, well, fuck you then. No. So, yeah, Super Bowl is gonna be exciting. Did you hear about your boys?
My boys.
Yeah, well,
the Saints.
yeah,
No, I didn't hear
Sean
about
Payton retired, right?
Yeah.
What did you see that they already announced their next coach?
But I did not.
Yeah, they're promoting the defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, as the head coach. So, there you go.
I'm going to switch teams.
It's a good.
I'm going to do it now before they just have a string of another decade of bad seasons.
Well, you should. Maybe you should be a Rams fan, because guess what?
What?
Your boy Alvin Kamara got arrested.
For battery?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. For battery charges in Las Vegas
Yeah.
after the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Yeah. So, good stuff. Got some. They might be back. Saints are back, baby. Is this defensive coordinator the same defensive coordinator that was told to, hey, go ahead and start giving people bonuses for injuring people and stuff?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, that'd be cool if it was. But
I think that was I think their defensive coordinator was one of the twins, the one that was Rob Ryan.
oh,
Is it Rob?
yeah, Rob
'cause
and
Rex
Rex,
Ryan was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah. So Alvin Kamara, way to go. You got in a I'm assuming it's a fight because it happened at a nightclub. So I can only imagine. That battery is
Yeah.
so vague too. What does that mean? Usually when you hear battery, it's when I hear battery, I don't know why, but I assume that it's on a woman,
You think?
and I don't know why that is. but because like assault and battery, I don't know, fuck, but
Yeah, it's knowingly or recklessly causing bodily harm to another person.
yeah,
Knowingly causing physical contact with another person when done in a rude, insulting, or angry manner.
well that could be anything.
Dude, what a stupid thing to get charged
Yeah.
with. Like, he just like shoulder checked someone.
Could be, yeah. And his bail was a whopping $5,000, so it's a drop in the bucket.
It says here the main difference between a battery charge and an assault charge is the actual presence of harm or the threat of harm. So, I don't get it.
So assault is like you put somebody in the hospital, but battery's like it gets broken up. I don't know. That's my legal definition. That makes sense to me, but I don't know how accurate that is. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because they just sound like the same thing.
In like slightly different words. But that's like
Yeah.
most laws. Like they're all worded all dumb. And you're like, okay, what is actually happening here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's up with
That's
you
dumb.
fucking he got arrested for batteries. He stole batteries.
Well, yeah. Because I remember I worked at this fast food restaurant and there was this manager that I really didn't like. And she was like, and I was like, I was joking.
Yeah.
And she was talking shit to me, and I picked up a biscuit, and I was like, I said, I'm gonna throw this biscuit at you, like with a smile on my face. And she goes, if you throw that biscuit at me, I'll have you arrested for assault. And I was like, oh, okay.
So you're lame. Got it.
I was like 17,
Yeah.
so I was just like, oh, okay, I don't understand. I'm just gonna put the biscuit down.
Yeah.
But now I realize she was lying.
Yeah.
Because a biscuit doesn't cause bodily harm.
Yeah. If anything, it
It's probably battery.
battered with a biscuit. Stupid.
Dude, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
What do you mean? There's lots of differences.
I don't know. What's the difference?
One's a hippo, one's a lighter. I don't know. The letters are different.
No, one's heavy and one's a little lighter.
I'm gonna need you to stop telling me these stupid jokes. Hey, did you see Washington's sweet name change?
The Commanders? Yeah, I don't. And people are like, I seen a post about it. Someone was saying, they're like, way to go from naming it something racist to something to people who killed those people. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's not.
They're just basically trying to overcorrect, be like, oh, can't have this name because it's rude to Native Americans. Well, what did Commanders do? Killed Native
don't
Americans?
think it's-
That's not even remotely. First of all, yeah, there's probably Commanders that were taking place, but you know what? Where else there was Commanders? Freeing
Where?
slaves and fighting with Native Americans, like on their side. So it's like there's been commanders in every military, like since they had militaries. It's
You don't even know.
okay. Yeah, I really don't think it's. I mean, it's not what I would have picked, but I mean, it's not terrible. I don't think.
I really wanted them to go with the Red Tails.
Oh yeah,
The Washington Red Tails with the little fucking biplane on their helmet. I was like, that fucking dope.
yeah. The only reason I would say that they wouldn't do that is because it's just not. It's not a Washington thing. Like that's Alabama, but
So what Commanders are? Commanders are a Washington thing?
well, just
Redskins are a Washington thing?
Whoa. No, they weren't. That's why they changed the name.
Well, okay, cool. So, great argument.
But they got rid of the name, so it's
They got rid of the name because it was racist.
well. I was watching people do like the craziest like jujitsu to try and like argue that the name was not racist. It was pretty exciting. They're like, actually, they changed the name because their uniform dyed their skin red. And I was like,
Oh my
okay, so
God.
what was the name before that? It was the Chiefs. Or no, the Braves. It was the Washington Braves, or I don't know. It was Braves, but it was something in that region, and I was like, so you mean they went from Braves to Redskins because their skin was red, and it had nothing to do with Native Americans at all. Like it wasn't in their mind a lateral move in 1930, what 38 America. That's not a lateral move. Come on, come on. Yeah, I think it's sweet. I like the uniforms. The uniforms are pretty clean looking. They really didn't change a whole lot, other than the W is different. Like they, instead of just having numbers on the helmet, like as they've had for the last couple of years, they put a W, and I really like the way that it looks. It's like, I don't know. It's like a 3D one if you like turned it slightly, and then it's got like lines that cut into the background, but they're supposed to be like the front facing lines. I don't know, it's kind of sweet. Kind of sweet. But it'll be exciting when they lose a bunch of games and, and nothing changes except for their name. So
that could be the spark they need.
it might be, maybe it'll be as formulaic as like Boston winning the World Series after the Boston bombing, and then like what else happened? There's a couple of ones that happened like that were like kind of random, but it's because sports are all rigged, obviously. Okay, well, fine. No response to it. I get it. They're still trying to get your boy Joe. Joseph Rogan. You see what they got? So
What happened now?
So I don't know how heavily you've watched his podcast or listened to it.
I just stopped listening because it takes, his podcasts are like what, almost 3 hours long sometimes.
Like on average 3 hours.
And
sure.
it takes it would take me like 3 days of listening.
Yeah, to finish
to
one.
and from work, and it's like after you're like halfway into it,
yeah,
I get out of the truck for 4 hours to go like work.
Yeah, you can't just like pick up on it.
Yeah, I'm like I'm lost on the conversation. So then I just never ever finish, and then because I never finished an episode, I was just like I'm gonna listen to something else like Time Suck.
Yeah, or West of Nowhere.
Or West of Nowhere. I like listening to that show.
Well,
Shane is the best guy on that show.
Yeah, heard he kisses dudes. So,
oh great! Now we're being homophobic.
Sorry, I bet he kisses girls. Like a loser. Oh man. So there's like a weird group like of people that are just really going after Rogan right now, and it's escalated to the point to where somebody has made a compilation video of all of the times he said the N-word.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they're like, "Oh, okay, this is your free speech guy. Here he is. Check it out. Says the N-word a lot." Now, what they don't do is explain why he's saying this or anything at all about it. And I remember several episodes where I heard him say it, and it's always been he's quoting something somebody was saying in a certain situation. It's never him just being like, "Hey, well," like, because if it would have been, it would have been news a long time ago, but it's not, and it wasn't. So, it's so weird that like how hard people are pushing to like go after him right now, which makes zero sense because it's like, just like we said last week, you can't prevent dumb people from accessing things they want. It's the same thing. Now, stay with me for a second. It's the same argument as guns and abortion, all right? Guns,
okay.
You can't prevent people from getting them if they really want them. Abortion, same thing. And dumb people getting access to the stuff that they want to listen to. You can't prevent any of those things. You might be able to slow him down, but you can't stop him. And it's all pointless to try and prevent completely, I think. Like, let people listen to him. Like, if you don't want to listen to him and you think he's racist, okay, I will have you know that he's like best friends with Dave Chappelle, and he has Donnell Rollins on like 3 times a year, and those guys have a great time. Those are probably some of my favorite episodes because Donnell Rollins is hilarious. Ashy, what's his name? Ashy Mike from Chappelle Show. The guy goes, "I'm a rich bitch." That guy. So like, the evidence doesn't really back up like any of the things that they're trying to put forward. Like, I don't think he's a racist because I feel like that would have been evident a long time ago, and you're compiling this video of him saying things while telling a story about something. Like, he said he was quoting one story where he is talking to a gay man and about the the F word, not fuck, but the other one, about gay people. And the gay guy was like, "That's our N word," but he said it.
Yeah.
And that's what the gay dude told Joe. And like, he was telling a story, and that's one of them. He's like, "This is an experience I had, and I'm just telling the story." And yeah, I mean, yeah, he probably could have just said N word, but he's also like almost 60, so yeah. What do you want from him?
I mean, you're allowed here. Okay, just bear with me. You're allowed to say it while singing along to a song.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you're telling a story, if you're not actually using the word in any, like, if you're not actually using the word but you're telling a story, then I don't see the issue with it. I think the issue with that video is there's no context to any of the things that he said. So because you could take what I just said earlier to you, where I called you homophobic, and if you could just clip it out.
Yeah.
Of every video we've done of me saying stupid things and just clip out the shit, just that was like whatever words I've said to make it seem like I'm saying terrible shit. Yeah. When in reality, if you watch fucking these shows at all, you know that everything I say is terrible. So
it's just like that documentary Scooby-Doo where where that reporter sets Fred up, asks him a bunch of questions, and he's like, "You're just trying to make it look like I think Coolsville sucks," and then they just clip that, "I think Coolsville sucks," and then everybody's mad at him, and he's like, "Oh, that's exactly what." And it's crazy that the generation that grew up watching that movie is literally doing that to people. I just don't understand it. Granted, I don't think that movie had 100% watch ratio with the population, but it fucking should have. Okay? I think we might be a little bit better as a society if we just watched a little more Scooby-Doo. But I digress. Yeah, I think it's weird and a little witch hunty about like trying to go after people, especially things where they like, and these are all things he said like on the show in 3-hour podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no hidden meaning. It's not like somebody's filming him in the back room at a, comedy shop thing, whatever they're called. And he's just like, screaming then where he's not pulling a Morgan Wallen where we don't know what he did before and after, you know what he did before and after because there's an hour and a half there, an hour and a half here. And you can watch the whole thing and go, "Oh, got it. That's what it was." Like, you're actually in the room in these ones. So I think it's a little more insane where they're like reaching for that,
Yeah.
What do I know? Nothing. Did you hear about Whoopi Goldberg?
So we actually got into an argument about that, all right?
Yeah.
So and we can argue about it. That's cool. whenever she was saying that I don't think she meant it. I think she thought the same thing I thought whenever someone first said it to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Jews were a race. I thought they were just a religion.
Got it.
I didn't know that. Yeah, and someone was explaining it today, but by that logic, because you can be born Jewish,
Yeah.
you can be born Catholic. How come Catholics are considered like
Right.
a race?
Right. So, when you're in the military and you're filling out all your forms and it goes, what's your race? And you go Caucasian or whatever, and then it goes, what's your ethnicity? Like, there's two things on the same form, and you're like, aren't those the same thing? I feel like that's where people get tripped up. Because in my mind, like, it's more of an ethnic type deal. Like, it's a subgroup of a certain population.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's weird because Jews, like, on the whole, like, they originated in the Middle East, right? Right alongside Muslims and just in those Arabian areas. But at the same time, they were ran out of the Middle East like a bunch of times and thus following the population of like the shifting of the empires in that area, like while while Christianity took over in the Roman Empire, Judaism really never took off ever in a group, so they kind of always had to move around. And so I don't think that they ever had the ability to, I don't know, like stick in one area and only kind of be one group of people, So there's like a lot of blending and mixing, and so I wouldn't like, because you could go to Israel and you'd see a guy and he'd be Jewish, but he would look Middle Eastern, right?
Yeah.
But the Jews in this context, for people who don't know, Whoopi Goldberg was saying that the Holocaust was not about race. It was white on white, which is a very watered down and what's the word I'm looking for? Ignorant type of view on it. And the Jews that Hitler went after were not in Arabian countries. They were in Europe. They were in Eastern Europe and Central Europe, right? Like those were all the places he was taking people from. And that's a predominantly white group of people, no matter what your ethnicity is. You could be Christian in Poland, and you could be non-religious in Poland, and you could be Jewish in Poland. Guess what? You're fucking Polish, and you're white as shit. So, that's the kind of context where you gotta think about what she was talking about. Now, like I said, she did kind of water this down pretty drastically, saying that the Holocaust wasn't a racially motivated thing because he was doing ethnic cleansing, Hitler and his Nazi regime. He was trying to cut out what he and his cohorts deemed impure. So, not just Jews, but homosexuals, gypsies, like groups of non-desirables in his eyes, right? So, was it the smartest thing she could have said? No, but also I don't think that she should get fired or anything, because I just think it was an ignorant kind of comment where she wasn't really thinking about what she was saying, or like what the meaning behind what she was saying could come off to,
definitely,
like the most subjugated group in history, like easily, So
I gotcha.
So it's a little weird, right? But Whoopi Goldberg, I gotta tell you, she's been like what do you call it? A trendsetter? Kind of. I don't know. I watched this video in school in health class about I don't know if it was a comedy special or just a thing she did during something, but Whoopi Goldberg did this thing where she was did an act and like it's like a skit, but she was portraying a child with AIDS, right? Because this was in the height of the AIDS movement, and she's like trying
Okay.
to normalize it for people, trying to bring everybody not attention to it, but try to like make everybody understand what it was, and it was a really cool thing that she did. And I think about that, and then I think about like the stuff that she just said. I'm like, come on, Whoopi, you killing me, Smalls. But anyway,
Did she get fired from the View?
no, she
The
got
Voice?
the view. She That'd be pretty fun if she was on The Voice. No, she got suspended for 2 weeks. So, but there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, you should totally be fired. And weirdly enough, there's a lot of conservative people who are like, no, probably not. Which is, good because I don't think she should. Now, I did watch a clip of Ben Shapiro, who is a conservative and also a Jew, and he was,
Not happy.
well, he said in an idealistic society, she shouldn't be fired, but then he had to make it a weird thing about Roseanne, where he's like, because Roseanne got fired and her show got canceled because she tweeted on Ambien and made some racial adjacent comments about a senator or congresswoman who was African American, and she said she looked like a lady from Planet of the Apes, like one of the ape ladies.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't remember that? Now,
Nope.
now what Roseanne was like, well, their facial features are very similar, but how that comes across, not great, right?
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
no,
just
not
say
at
that.
all.
And then she's like, well, I was on Ambien. And Joe Rogan's like, she was on Ambien. You can't do that to her. And Whoopi Goldberg.
I didn't realize Ambien made you racist.
that's what Ambien said when it happened. They're like, one of the side effects is not racism. But like what it does do is cause you to not realize what you're doing and you don't remember doing certain shit, I guess.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know if I've ever.
So deep down, Roseanne is racist, though.
Yeah. It's like, what's the phrase? Drunk words speak sober thoughts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or Ambien words speak sober. Anyway, I don't remember what I was. Oh, Ben Shapiro. He was like, this is the standard that they've set because they fired Roseanne for making some tweet. Like that's how he watered this down. He's like, she just made a tweet and they fired her, so now you got to fire Whoopi because she made a shitty statement too.
So I think the difference between those two statements is Roseanne's was clearly racist, whereas Whoopi's just seems like
Ignorant and misinformed.
yeah. Like she just didn't
Yeah.
She didn't fully understand, like you said, what she was
Yeah.
saying. Like it doesn't seem the same. They don't seem to hold the same weight to me.
Yeah. And what I thought was weird is there's this weird thing where, and he went on this tangent where he's like, well, this is what the left want. They want everybody to get canceled and this, so we got to take it all the way and we got to cancel people, even people that they like, blah, 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 blah. So basically his rationale for that is just because he wants the left to cancel their own people because we're five and that's what we do. They did it, so we get to do it now. Like, come on, dude. For somebody who makes a living as like dunking on college students and doing this crazy intellectual hyperbole, arguments with these people who aren't ready to have an intellectual conversation with somebody who's literally only done that forever.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand how to like be normal, I guess. Like he's like, I'm gonna argue like a 5-year-old, but I'm gonna use a bunch of words, and people are gonna think I'm super smart because I use a bunch of words. But like when you boil it down, it's literally just, well, they did it, and so we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, tag Europe. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Anyway, enough about dumb famous people that nobody gives a fuck about. You want to hear some crazy shit?
Probably.
All right. Well, paralyzed man with severed spine walks thanks to an implant. And before you ask, it's not a penis implant. I check. It's the first time someone who has had a complete cut to their spinal cord has been able to walk freely, which is pretty hardcore. He was paralyzed in a motorcycle accident 5 years ago. Spinal cord completely severed, and he has no feelings at all in any of his legs. But he can now walk because of an electrical implant that has been surgically attached to his spine, and his name is Dr. Octavius. No. How cool would that be?
Dr. Otto Octavius. No, really, what's your name?
Daka. Yeah, so that's kind of freaking cool, right? I don't really understand how it works because they use a lot of big words, and I can't. I don't know understand how science, but here's the step by step in a 3-step process of how this implant works, so you guys can try it at home. Step 1: nerves in the spinal cord send signals from the brain to the legs. I know what those things are. Step 2: when a spine is damaged, these signals are often too weak to create movement. Weird, because it's like the nerves are damaged or something. It's crazy. Boom. 3: implant. Put it in between the damage and the healthy, and it acts like an amplifier, and it boosts the signal.
Oh, like a bridge, okay.
Yeah.
Over the damaged area.
Yeah, so basically it's like a router, right? You get your one line in, and then you got the 2 cool antenna things, and it goes woo, 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 or whatever sound internet makes. I'm imagining that's how it sounds, though. Woo, woo.
I've never heard internet, so I'm pretty quiet. I mean, I remember the dial-up, so maybe it's that noise.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's the noise. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's pretty cool, though. I'm feeling like there's gonna be some limitations to that, though. Like it's gonna be like you can only have spinal injuries, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine some crazy like neck injuries where it's like, hey, you got this much spine that's not damaged and it's all above this damaged spot, and we got to put this implant like basically right here, and hopefully it can boost the signal to like everything. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Stephen Hawking could be here, he could be walking again. No, he had a motor neuron disease, but also that would suck. But anyway, I just thought that was cool. You know, just thought we were sharing cool stuff. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. That's all I got, really, though.
Yeah. Are you excited about the USFL?
I am. And remember when we were talking about it, and I was like, they should do it. Start it in the spring. Guess what they're fucking doing?
Yeah.
Start it in the spring.
And this is not the same league that me and you were hyped about to begin with, like the XFL.
Well, yeah. This is the US.
This is its own league. There's like the XFL is still coming back as well. I don't think it's coming back this year. I think the XFL is still slated to come back next year.
2023. I thought is what they said.
But here this month on the 22nd, they're gonna have a draft.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a 2-day event, and all 8 teams and their respective coaching staffs will have a chance to mold their rosters as the league stars and marquee matchups take shape.
I'm very excited. There's 8 teams, you said?
Yeah, 8 teams.
Nice.
It says the draft is going to be similar to the XFL draft in 2020. Phase 1, they'll select quarterbacks. Phase 2, they'll do offensive skill positions. 3, offensive line. I mean, you get it. I'm not going to go all. Yeah. I guess a bunch of former NFL players are talking about going back out and trying out.
Really? That'd be cool.
For the USFL.
Like, does it have any names or no?
Matt Hazel, Rashad Ross, Dantes Bird, and linebacker Dale Warren. So nobody that I recognize.
I think Terrell Owens should go out.
It also says here that the USFL could dip into the college football pool earlier than the NFL signing.
Ooh. That'd be interesting. Like, basically sweeping all the undrafted people and, like...
It says here the USFL will allow any player to be eligible if they've graduated from high school in 2020 or earlier.
Okay. So, we're
Wait.
signing up?
Dude.
Let's go.
I'm gonna need to get back in the gym again.
Yep.
It's been a minute. Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome, man. It says according to USFL News, players will make an average of $45K for the season, not including the team's $600 a week preseason. And it says practice squad players will make on average about $15K for the season, which is like nothing.
Yeah, but the season's super short, though. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
So
I mean, yeah, I don't have like how long the season's gonna be. Here we go. April is when it kicks off, and it's scheduled to broadcast on Fox and NBC, but nothing about how long the season's gonna be.
Well, I can't imagine it being super long because it's only 8 teams, you know.
I hope they do, instead of just doing the typical, like, this division, because I was talking about it to my roommates a while back about how the NFL's playoff thing is. I find it annoying. I think once they have the 16 teams, it shouldn't just be like the NFC, AFC.
Yeah.
I think those teams should play.
Yeah.
And then whoever ends up in the Super Bowl ends up in the Super Bowl.
So just do like a Sweet 16 for everybody. Yeah. Like, you would still have an even number of NFC, AFC teams, but they would be playing in accordance to like how a normal 16-man bracket works, where 1 and 16 play and they do that shit. Yeah. I think that'd be good. I'll call Roger.
Do it.
Oh, Roger.
Oh, Roger. And then I guess, just to round out the evening, we'll do the Billboard Top 200.
Oh, before you do that.
Okay.
I did watch Encanto and listened to all the songs, and,
Did you cry?
Well, no, but I would have. I was watching it with Mark and his wife, and every time there was like a scene where I was getting close to crying, I'd be like, huh. And then Mark would say something and be like, oh my God damn it. And it would take me out of it. So I lucked out. But I'll probably watch it again and cry on my own, like a cool guy does.
Yeah. Still haven't watched it. I don't really care to watch it. My son
loves it.
He loves it. And then we were video chatting, I think it was last night actually, and he somehow found the full movie and was like, we're going to watch the movie, Dad. And I was like, no, we're not.
You should watch it.
Okay. Fine. All right. Number 1, surprise, surprise, still the Encanto soundtrack. Number 1. Number 2, debuting, is Colors by Young Boy Never Broke Again.
All right.
Down from 2 to 3, DS Forever by Gunna. Down from 3 to 4, Dawn FM by The Weeknd.
Damn.
Steady at number 5, Never Going Anywhere. Dangerous Double album, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Down from 4 to 6, 30 by Adele. Ooh, up from 8 to 7, Certified Lover Boy Drake.
Okay.
Which I guess I should probably check this album out since it's apparently
it hasn't
popular
gone away,
as fuck.
so yeah.
Down from 7 to 8, Highlights by The Weeknd. Debuting at number 9, Country Stuff, the album by Walker Hayes. I don't know who that is.
Either.
And then steady at number 10, Planet Her, Doja Cat.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I went to a concert last week.
You did?
Yeah. Went and saw Volbeat and Ghost, which was it was a good time. I've been listening to Volbeat for a long time.
Yeah.
Now I don't listen to them religiously, but there's, like probably five or six songs that, if they come on, I'm not going to turn them or nothing. But
Yeah.
I really like Ghost. They're a lot of fun. I like just kind of like how tongue-in-cheek they are,
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I think they're a good time. And they put on a really cool show. Very
You-
theatrical, and the guy, the lead singer, he was like very, he did a lot of crowd work. Like he talked to the crowd a lot, which I really enjoy, especially from a bigger band.
Yeah.
Usually you don't, or you might not get that all the time. I guess it probably depends on where you live. Me, living in bumfuck nowhere, usually just a stop off for a lot of bigger bands. Don't really get a lot of crowd work. Usually they're kind of very cookie cutter. Like when I saw Disturbed, dude, homeboy, lead singer, didn't say nothing to the crowd. He did his show and left. The opener, or the opener and then the middle band, both did a lot. Egypt Central was the middle band, and they put in work for the crowd. But like Disturbed literally just came in, did the show, left. Like, okay, all right, cool. But yeah. And the light show was crazy. There's a lot of crazy shit.
Nice. Glad you had a good time, dude.
Thanks.
Let's see. We already talked about following our Patreon.
Yep.
But one more time, if you become a patron, then we'll say your name at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give us money, then like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you leave reviews, we'll make Levi read them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll read them
So-
because you could only leave word reviews. You can only leave like reviews with a message and stuff on Apple. So if you know somebody who has an iPhone, or like maybe you go to college and they like lend out, iPads, go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review, and I'll read them. I don't even care. It could be some crazy stuff, and if somehow you work a dick pic into your review, whatever, I'll rate it on the show. But it's gonna be a 0 for me. But who knows?
Oh man! All right. We want to thank our friends Dutch in Denver, Kicking It with the Kellys, The Remedy Room, and No New Friends podcast.
Yeah,
Go check them out.
check them all out. Tell your friends. Hit the share button. Whatever you do, stop right now. Hit the share button and share us with somebody. Just pick a random name out of your contact list. I don't care if it's your dentist, baby mama, ex-girlfriend's cousin's uncle, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send that text.
Send it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Text your ex. right.
Do that.
All right.
Take that leap. All right. Well, I have had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.